Hi, this is Andrea for Beadaholique. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a mother's bracelet. Now, a mother's bracelet is perfect for a Mother's Day gift, but also it's just a great bracelet to make for any mother, for any occasion. And what it is, basically, is the name of the mother's children, and however many children you have is however many strands the bracelet is. Also, there are corresponding birthstone Swarovski crystals in the bracelet for each child. So I have sapphire and garnet colored Swarovski bicones. We have a very handy list on our website to reference what birthstone would have a matching Swarovski color. So I have two names picked out here, a niece and a nephew, Hannah and Jonah. And I have the alphabet beads ready, and I have all of my silver plated elements ready. Now I'm making this bracelet in silver plated, but almost every single one of these beads you see here come in sterling silver as well. So just have fun with picking out whatever kinds of spacer beads you'd like, or round, kind of keep them in the 5 and 4 millimeter range. And here I have soft touch beading wire, and it's in the medium weight. I'm going to cut 2 pieces of it with my flush cutters at about 1 foot long each. I'm going to take both ends of my strands, maybe about 3 inches away from the very ends. I'm going to insert them into my bead stopper. I'm going to put them a few rings away from each other so I have room to string my beads. Now that those are secure on there, I can go ahead and start stringing. What I'm going to do for the mother's bracelet is I'm going to start from the inside out. So I'm going to start from the letters and then bead outward, and that way I know that they're going to be symmetrical and the same length. So each letter bead has a bicone between it. So what I'm going to do is I've got amethyst for Hannah and I've got peridot for Jonah, and so I will string alternating Swarovski bicones with my letter beads. Now I'm going to point something out really quickly. Hannah and Jonah have the same amount of letters in their name. If you have longer names, you're just going to have to compensate at the ends of your bracelet by either adding a couple more little spacers or deleting some beads from the end of the longer names so the strands are exactly the same length. I don't have to worry about that here. So I'm going to finish stringing my left half of each strand. And I have 2 really pretty spacers here, and one is a little more feminine and one is a little more masculine. So I'm going to use the more feminine one for Hannah and the more masculine one for Jonah. Then I'm just going to string the rest of the strand with alternating Swarovski bicones and spacer beads until I get to the end. Okay, now that I have the left half of my bracelet strung, I'm going to move my beads down a little bit. I'm going to remove the bead stopper from this end, put it on the other end, and I'm going to go ahead and bead the right half of my bracelet as a mirror image of the left. Okay, now that I have both strands strung, I'm going to crimp both of these strands to a closed jump ring, and I have here, it's a 5 millimeter closed jump ring, silver plated. So what I want to do is I want to thread a crimp tube onto both strands, and one at a time I'm going to thread the end through my closed jump ring. I'm going to move my beads up here. I'm going to thread it through the crimp tube, and if I can, this just makes for a more secure bracelet, but I don't know if I'll be able to this time. I like to thread through the next consecutive bead, at least one or two in a row. It's a little tight, but I can do it. So I'm going to pull my wire, leave a little wiggle room for this jump ring. I'm going to take my crimping pliers and I'm going to crimp this tube. And I can trim off that little tail there. Now I'm doing the next strand. Once again, threading it through the closed jump ring, through the crimp tube, and through that first bead. I'm going to pull snug with a little wiggle room, and I'm going to crimp that bead. And I'm going to trim off excess wire. I'm going to go ahead and do that to the opposite end. Now that I have both ends of both strands attached to these closed jump rings, all I have to do now is attach my clasp. There's a number of clasps to choose from. There's actually very, very many clasps to choose from. I'm using this really cute quilted looking heart clasp. And to attach that, I'm going to use an oval jump ring just because I feel like it's a little more secure for a bracelet. So I'm going to open the jump ring by twisting two pliers away from each other. I'm just going to attach it to that closed jump ring. Going to do the same on the other end. And I am done.